closer look. Nice and easy. Well done. I've noticed some other strange Stardust Ore similar to what we encountered here. I've marked their locations. Hopefully, we'll find the other rift anchors there.
Nice work with the rift anchors. I guess you're the real deal after all. Sounds tough, but I think it was worth it. And I've made some discoveries regarding the deviation as well. Each time a rift anchor was activated, there was an obvious reaction inside the monolith. The deviation must be holed up inside. Let's go in together this time. I'm curious about that troublemaker inside. And besides, we're a team. I brought some ammo, and meds for us as well. Now, let's go. You made it. I knew I could count on you. You're quite good at handling deviants, aren't you? I gotta say, you've proven yourself to be a good teammate.
Help me! Shouldn't have tried to take what was yours.
Forgive us. You are truly a great one.
Mercy, please!
Even without their submission. We are still waiting!
I knew you could. I don't know why I was so worried. Thank you. This really means a lot to me. The fluctuations in Stardust seem to have grown calmer, and I feel stronger now.
The more deviations we contain, the more the world will stabilize, and the more Mitsuko's power can grow. We still have 5 more monoliths to shut down. Until then, the physical world remains too dangerous for Mitsuko.
Yes, but this is already a huge step forward. You've done your best, and we are already starting to see a change. But the mayflies were wiped out by Rosetta. All because of me. I was too weak to save them.
It wasn't your fault. None of us were ready to take Rosetta head on. And Rosetta's not the only threat out there. The Great Ones also covet Mitsuko's power. So remember, keep everything involving her a secret. We don't know who we can trust. Mitsuko is...
Yes, and this deviation is quite unique. It comes from a faraway place. The deviation itself has been around. Rest assured, though, it does not have any malice towards humans. But it is not entirely harmless. As far as I can tell, and as strange as it sounds, this one is addicted to hygiene and cleaning, and becomes irritable when someone gets in the way of its work. I suggest you prepare some food and water before you go. Although the deviation is not human. Bravo! The mayfly that brought down the fearsome, ravenous hunter. Hard to imagine such a little bit of gel transforming into such a monstrous creature, isn't it? Yet the most unbelievable part is that it managed to cause such chaos across the wetlands, simply by spreading its memetics. Just to make sure, you didn't destroy it, did you? Fantastic. You've more than proven yourself. I'm very impressed. It's a shame that most people in this world don't appreciate the beauty of these fascinating entities. But clearly you are different. You already have a natural touch with deviations. I dare say you could even become an expert. I'd be glad to share my knowledge of deviations with you. In return, capture as many of them as you can for me. I simply pay attention and use my imagination. And you know, I think the deviations respect that. To quote a favorite poem of mine, I know that I exist because you imagine me.
Hey, you're back. Any luck? Yeah, I see what you're trying to say. I figured things went wrong when my team didn't come back, but I still had my hopes, you know? Don't worry about me. I've been through the ringer plenty of times before. I still owe you my thanks for finding out what happened. And for bringing back my stuff. Here's the reward I promised. I'm a woman of my word. Well, now that that's settled, I think I'll move my trade over to the Broken Delta. If you need anything, come find me in Myers Market there.
Looks like you'll be able to handle yourself just fine. I'll leave the deviation in there to you. As for me, I'm headed to the Broken Delta. I found traces of another major deviation there. One with even worse effects. You should head over and check it out. Try asking around at a settlement called Myers Market. Maybe I'll see you there.
I'm glad we can make this place a bit safer, but it's time to move on. Before we set out for Myers Market, though, we'd better upgrade our weapons and armor. Things might be even more dangerous over there. We could also relocate our territory to make things easier.
All right, pal. Hold it right there and identify yourself. Oh, yeah. You've got one of those weird backpacks. Cradle, right? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna check with the mayor.
I'm right here. Let the Mayfly in.
Understood, ma'am.
Maxie Rodriguez. I'm the mayor here. I haven't seen a Mayfly in a while. It's good you're here, though. I have a pretty unique problem that needs solving. Strange is putting it lightly. It's been about half a year now. Pregnant animals here, even pregnant people, all get infected by stardust and turn into these trees. You can go ahead and see for yourself. There's some strange shit, all right. Here, this is what I mean. Agnes Joy used to be the best weaver in town. Now she's like that. The only one in Myers Market. Thank God. Nick's been there since Agnes transformed. Won't budge an inch. I'm worried we're gonna lose him too. One way or another. Yeah. Agnes is perfectly healthy for a tree. Plenty of green leaves. She's just not a person anymore. I figured there's a transcendent behind all this. If you still think you can handle it, we'll reward you well. There's an abandoned hideout by the river that might be connected to the problem. I'd start there first. Sometimes junk or animal carcasses wash up there. Sort of tracks beasts and desperate people looking for food. You might find something useful there. There was a woman, Brianna, who was kicked out of the settlement not too long ago. She fled there. When I went to check up on her, I saw that she'd changed. I think she may have been the first to be infected, so it's worth looking into what happened. Good. I'll warn you, though. It's not the safest place out there.
Hey! Ah, so glad you brought this up. I just have another job for you if you feel up to it. Believe me, I could tell you plenty about Rosetta, but how about you do me a favor first, huh? Your former comrades in the Mayflies may have left something behind that I could use. I've got a client interested in Mayfly artifacts. One item in particular, but I'll take whatever you can find. There's always a market for that kind of thing. There's an industrial area near here, infested with deviants. The Mayflies were holed up there just before they launched their raid. I'm hoping they left behind some artifacts, maybe even the one my client is looking for. You bring me back whatever Mayfly artifacts you find, and I'll tell you what I can about Rosetta. Hey! Yeah, once I knew what happened to my team, I had no reason to stick around Deadsville anymore. The journey could have been worse, all things considered. And while business is still slow, I gotta say, it's a lot nicer to be here in Myers Market than in Deadsville. Although, the food here could really use some spicing up. For example, have you ever heard of something called sofrito? No, it's a base sauce for cooking. It used to be really popular in Latin America and the Mediterranean. Usually you cut up a bunch of garlic, onion, peppers, tomato, and cook them all together. It's supposed to be super aromatic. Ooh, or what about feijoada? I've only heard of it, but it's supposed to be this rich bean stew with beef or pork, and when you eat it... Even if you did, I don't know how to cook something like feijoada. But I do have an idea where we might be able to find some good recipes. There's an old house near Sunshine Farms to the west. The locals say an old man who was a master cook used to live there. He and his family were killed by deviants over a decade ago, but I can't help but wonder if he left any recipes behind. Obviously, I'd hate for those recipes to be lost forever, so if you can find any, then rest assured that I'll pay you well for them.
Hey, any trouble getting here from the wetlands? Don't try and play tough. I know it's pretty dangerous territory out there. I'm glad you're here, though. You look like you could use a drink. First one's on me. There's no use dulling your senses with alcohol. Protein, fat, vitamins, minerals. This has it all. Cheers! Now, let's get down to business. Have you seen how people are being transformed here? The problem started a few months ago, exactly when the nearby monolith restarted. Obviously, this is related to what happened in the Dayton wetlands. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of Rosetta? Sounds right. The world's largest corporation and tech leader before everything went to hell. They were the ones that caused Starfall. They built the monoliths. Those towering facilities were abandoned for 20 years until recently. Now, they're being reactivated. I don't know who's spearheading this new initiative of Rosetta's or why, but those monoliths are causing terrible things to happen. Just like in the Dayton wetlands, we have to work together. You need to eliminate the other transcendents and shut down the monoliths. As for me, I'll keep investigating Rosetta. We need to know more about what they're up to, and who's responsible for what's happening. Hopefully by the time you're done with the monolith here, I'll have found something useful.
Yes, the place is not much to look at and is polluted with stardust. But where better to find a hidden treasure? From what people say, there are strange occurrences in the area. The work of a deviation. Nobody has been able to get a good look at it, though. The entire mudflats are shrouded in thick fog, but there are reports of a strange sound emanating from the impenetrable wall of mist. Some believe a monster lies within. Unfortunately, that's all I can tell you. Finding the real truth is up to you now. I have plenty of confidence in you. Just be careful. I admit it does sound strange, but that is all the more reason to investigate. In Sunbury to the west of here, people have apparently seen flames erupting inside a fast food restaurant. Within the flames, it is said, the shadow of a dragon appears. I am convinced a deviation is at work. I don't have any more information than that, but that seems like more than enough to go on. My guess is there is no serious danger. As long as you are careful, you should not have any problems staying alive. As for where exactly you will find it, I am not sure of its culinary preferences. You'll have to look around. Excellent question. Perhaps it is waiting to be fed, or to feast. So maybe make sure to bring something to feed it in case you want to make a quick escape.
Did you hear that?
Game of hide and seek!
Someone getting tired of living? Someone getting tired of living?
Get ready to eat gunpowder! Someone getting tired of living?
Did you hear that?
Someone getting tired of living? Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
Get ready to eat gunpowder.